Dr. Zakir Naik has been declared the most dangerous man on the earth. Wow. Assalamu alaikum, German Pradesi with Society Talks. Now, why is that? Because he is invited in Qatar at the moment. He's giving his lectures in Qatar, and I just watched a video, and that person was saying that Dr. Zakir Naik is declared to be the most dangerous man on the earth, on the face of the earth at the moment. Why? I'll come to why first, and then I'll go. Why is because he knows Hebrew, he knows the Bible, he knows Hindu scriptures, he knows Sanskrit. So when somebody asks him a question, he points out from their own religion what their religion says about the same problem. This is the thing that is irritating a lot of people. Now, the point is, why is it irritating a lot of people? What is the problem? The problem is that all our mullahs, I'll start from Islam, all our mullahs, the padris, the rabbis, the pundits, they don't want the normal people to know the reality. They don't want the people to know how easy it is to talk to God, how easy it is to make your life better, to be closer to God, to have this sanctuary, you know. This is something they don't want us to. Our mullahs say, no, 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 don't read Quran. Come to us, we'll tell you an ayah, we'll tell you how to do it. Read this ayah 300 times and you will get this. Read this ayah 500 times. Go and stand on one foot and, read this verse of Quran and give so much money to him, give so much money to that, and then it will happen. This is the business. This is exactly what is happening in Christianity. They are not allowed to read the real Bible. They go to their priest for their sins what is it's called? I write out the name. What is it called? To Beichten, it's called Beichten in German. I don't know what's called in English. I'll write it out. I keep on forgetting English words. And confession, yes, confession. To give your confession to a padri, and exactly the same is happening in Judaism. Rabbis, you have to go to them to go to God. Exactly in Hinduism, you have to go to the Pandit to get to your God. Why? They are also human beings. This is what Allah is telling us. This is what Dr. Zakir Naik is trying to explain to normal people. You don't need all these channels. You don't need all these ambassadors, self-made ambassadors of God. No, God has no ambassador. The ambassadors of God were his Rasuls and Nabis. They're gone. It's done. We've got the book, we've got the word, we've got everything in front of us. All we have to do is to read it and understand it. Not read it in Sanskrit because you don't know Sanskrit. Not read it in Hebrew. We don't know Hebrew. Don't read it in Arabic. We don't know Arabic. Read it in the language that you know. Simple. Read it in the language that you know so that you understand what God is trying to tell you. This is the reason. The solution is obviously knowledge. Get knowledge. Get yourself, or if you have to, ask a person who you know has a real knowledge. All these people, when I watch videos, be it mullahs, be it pandit, rabbis, whatever, padris, rabbis, whatever, all these people, they are trying to manipulate. Our minds are simple, of course, because we are not educated. Now, I'm not talking about the worldly education. The worldly education, you could be a PhD, you could be a double doctor, you could be whatever, but you don't have the knowledge of your own religion. Whatever religion you belong to, you don't have the knowledge of that religion. Now, why I'm saying that is because you have not read that religion in your own language and you have not tried to understand it. Because everybody who really would understand the religion would know that Allah has mentioned Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in all his books. I did a video on that. That Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is mentioned in the Old Testament. um, Allah has been talking to us. It is Allah's words. He had to send Quran again because Old Testament was manipulated. Then the New Testament was manipulated by man. So Allah sent Quran, and then he said that I will take care of this book now. This is a thing to understand when you start your normal worldly studies. What do? Do you start from PhD? No, you don't. You start from kindergarten and you start learning. You go to school. You do your 10th grade. You go and do your A levels. Then you do your bachelor's. Then you do your master's. And then you do your PhD. You cannot expect a person or a child of 2 years to have done his PhD twice. You have to have the mental capacity to understand what you have to understand to go and finish your PhD exam. दिमाग को इतना खोलना पड़ता है ना. You have to have that capacity in your mind to grasp what is being said. That is the process. The process, all the prophets who came, they came for their own, starting from Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. They only came to their people. Hazrat Yaqub alayhi salam came only for Jews at that time, वहाँ पे Palestine में. Hazrat Yusuf सिर्फ इजिप्ट के लिए आए थे. Hazrat मूसा, वहाँ पे सब लोग जो है वो अपने अपने उस दौर में उस जो लोग थे उनके लिए आए गए थे. बट प्रॉफिट मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम has come for the whole humanity. Allah sent him for the whole humanity because he was the last prophet, the last seal. My advice to everybody, read your religion. Don't just get hyper because, whenever you start talking about religion, people start getting hyper. They start getting aggressive. That is the first thing that happens. People start getting aggressive. They start abusing you. You start getting hate comments. Except before doing that, please go and read your religion with love and understand. When you do that, when you have done that, you will reach to a level where you can understand better. A person who has not been humbled after reading his religion has not read his religion. Till then, German Pradesi, Milde Sarok.